Okay, first we need to talk about what makes a village. A village is comprised of one villager and one bed. We now have a village. What we need is 10 villagers and 21 beds to make a village big enough to spawn an iron golem. So let's get started. We'll start with making a second bed. We should do this at night so that our villagers link to bed and actually get into bed. That'll be important later. You'll see why. Six, seven, 8, 9, 10 villagers. We'll go ahead and add the rest of the 10 beds so that all the villagers have a bed to get in. Now that all our villagers are in bed, we need to encase them in glass. This is so that they can't get off of their beds. They're trapped on their bed so that they can't delink. Villagers will delink from their bed, and when they delink from their bed, they have a chance. If you stack your villages too close together, they have a chance to link to a different village. Locking them to their beds, make sure that they maintain their bed and maintain their village. I'm obviously doing this in creative, but you can do it in survival. You could bring in from a nether portal way over there. You could bring your villagers in. You got a breeder in the nether. Now, as previously mentioned, we need 21 beds to make a village big enough to spawn a golem. However, we're going to put our next village right here, and what we actually need is 32 unclaimed POIs. Now, POI could be anything from a bed to a workstation, such as a composter, a brewing station, etc., lectern, any of the workstations. Or it can be a bell. Now, I don't like using bells because they can cause the center of your village to transfer, and I don't care for that. So what we're going to need is 32 beds. Not only will it count as unclaimed POIs, but it also helps get us to the 21 beds we already need anyways. Now, I like to encase this part in glass also. It's not necessary, but it does help in case a villager accidentally tries to link to these beds. They can't get to them. And it helps keep your villages separated. You don't have to use glass on this part. You could use stone or dirt or whatever you want to. The only part that needs glass is the part directly over the villagers, because it needs to be a non-solid block so that they don't suffocate. Okay, I'm going to show you actually how easy it is to stack a village very close. We'll just move over 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here's the outline of our next village. We're going to build it the same exact way we built this. Put down a couple of beds. This will help establish our new village. Now what we need to do is move 32 blocks away. That way our villager is outside the distance of this village right here. Their detection range is only 32 blocks. And that way they can't detect this village. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 2. Okay. So place down 2 villagers. Or bring them in on a rail or whatever you need to do. If you're building this in survival, bring them in on a rail or bring them in through another portal. You'll notice that these 2 villagers claim these 2 beds right here. This now counts as a second village, because this village is full. It has 32 unclaimed POIs. Now, if you did it, if you spawned your villagers on the other side of this, the villagers would try to claim one of these beds, and you would have 11 villagers in this village now. So we did it over here, so that these villagers claim this village. We're going to finish this one out just like we did the last one. You notice there are green linking particles. You're going to link to these 4 beds right here. This, of course, gives us now 6 villagers. 4 more beds to get to the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter, baby, nitwit, it doesn't matter. They all count towards the 10. Once again, we're going to encase these guys in glass. This is to protect them. It's to keep them from losing their bed. When we build the farm later, it's also to keep them from falling into the water streams and dying in lava. Also, encasing them in glass like this, instead of placing them in a pod like you see a lot of people do, is that they don't bump into each other and you don't get instant collision lag. So you'll see later that my farm uses 90 villagers, and it doesn't have as much lag as you think it would. It's very survival friendly. It's just takes time to build. And then once again, we'll still need the 32 unclaimed beds. Okay, those are 32 beds. One more time, all the way around the glass. I'm going to do this one more time just to prove that I can link as many villages as I want. So I'll have 3 villages, and we'll look at it in the MBT, the Universal Minecraft Editor, in a minute to show you that they're all linked, or that they're stacked, I mean. That each village only contains 10 villagers. One, two, three, 4. You can do them closer. I don't like to because the tolerances become pretty tight and you have to be exact about where you put your villager down. I wouldn't go any closer than 4. That's as close as I would go if I was you, but you can do whatever you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32. And once again, bring them in on rails, bring them in through a portal, whatever you need to do in survival. Bring them in from another village, drive them over in a boat. It's up to you. How do you do this in survival? Once again, bring over 2. You notice the green link particles down there? because these are the first beds they cut to. This is their new village. You may have to build this over several days in order to get them in bed because of the day-nighttime cycle. This may take several days to build. Minecraft days. Because they need to be in bed so you can encase them in glass. It's the best way to keep them from delinking from their beds. It's the best way to keep them from aggroing. It's just the best way there is. I don't care what kind of villagers they are. They could be unemployed villagers. It doesn't really matter. They don't have to have a profession. One more time. Let's just do it like this. I'm not going to make you guys watch me finish this. So let's just jump over to the Universal Minecraft editor. Here we are in the Universal Minecraft editor. Of course, I'm on Windows 10. Here's the world we just created. Open. Okay, we want to go here to View Files. Let's expand that so we can read it a little better. Okay, you may notice that each village contains 4 files. You may notice that there are 3 sets of files. That's because we created 3 villages. Right here, this is dwellers info. This right here gives you the coordinates of your village. This tells you about the inhabitants of the village. This is cats, golems, zombie villagers, and actual villagers. You notice 10 there, 10 there, 10 there. It's very easy to stack villages. It's very easy to only have 10 villagers per village. That's the minimum. There's no need to have it extra. If you have more villagers, that's just more lag and you don't get more iron for it. Alright, let's jump back over to my actual iron farm that I'll have included download, and I'll show you how I built it. Okay, here we are in my iron farm. You notice that it has 9 pods. Each one of those pods contains a village. So essentially 9 villages. Of course, 9 villages means 90 villagers. If I was building this in survival, I would put a portal way over there with a village breeder in it. And I would bring them in by boat or rail. This farm is 75 blocks by 75 blocks. You may notice the water streams. The chutes are 3 by 3. That gives you 7 spaces to here. This is 8. Every 8 blocks, I have a strip of water. So it goes. You may just notice the iron golem spawn right there. All of the cats, all of the iron golems are swept down the pods right here, where they're killed. The lava down here is not necessary. I just did it because during construction, cats spawn everywhere. They're crazy. Yeah, that lava's left over for construction. If you have any questions, please feel to ask them in the comments or contact me on Reddit or Discord or something. Thank you.